Let's give you a rundown of what's going to take place tonight. First, we'll hear from Mr. Sam Johnson from BLDD Architects. He and his members of his firm have been reviewing all the comments and feedback received from the participants at our last meeting. As a result, the feedback he has prepared to share with us gives us a proposed adjustment to the draft facility master plan, as well as the additional scenarios for our consideration. The key sheet on your table tonight is this blue sheet right here. So you need to make sure you locate the blue form, because the blue form is the one where you'll make your suggestions, and we definitely will collect those at the close of this time together. Tonight also will be speaking will be Todd Golfrey from Piper Jeffrey, the district financial advisor. We'll also have Kevin Kirby, one of the facilitating team members, who will give an additional information regarding possible funding for phases of our facility master plan. Also, based on your feedback from the last meeting, there are and have been a few minor edits to the PAC statement of recommendations. And let me repeat, let me make sure that we understand. What we do here tonight and what we have done will only go as recommendations to the board. Sometimes people get confused and they believe we've already made the decision. That's not true. So if you hear someone say, oh yeah, they've already made the decision, the determination's already been made, tell them that is not true, because the only persons or the only group that can make the final recommendations, board members, raise your hands so we can know who you are. Board members, there they are. There they are. Those are the individuals. So anyone who tells you, well, their mind's already made up, they've already made the final decision, it's just not true. The board has to do that. So following tonight's presentation, we'll be working in small groups as before to provide you with feedback of the updated facility master plan. And on that plan, if you look at your blue sheet, there's 3 activities that you will do. The first one, of course, is the draft facility master plan. It may not make a lot of sense to you now, but when Mr. Johnson finishes, all will become so clear. It'll be, isn't that right? It'll be crystal clear. And then the second activity you will have will be the preferred facility scenario. Again, once the information is presented, crystal clear. And then the last one will give you an opportunity to make recommendations, once again, to the board, who has the final say-so in what takes place in the St. Joseph School District. Now, it's very important for you to understand that this is not the final and only time that you will have an opportunity to review and comment on the facility master plan and statements of recommendation. I call your attention to one of the key recommendations that will be presented to the Board of Education, and is found in Statement 7.1, which follows. Following the reception of the PAC recommendation, the district should develop a plan for communicating these recommendations to the St. Joe School District community and receive additional input and feedback on those recommendations. One of the things that you can become involved in, as Dan from, there's Dan. Let's give Dan a round of applause. He is really the driver behind this from Unicom. Dan says, then this has to go on the road. The information that we have, all the data, the recommendations, your input, your comments, once it's all put together, it has to go on the road. And so there are those of you who are sitting out here are great communicators. And so you get to communicate the plan. And when you do that, it can be done through open houses, videos, speaker bureaus, and it's a way to get feedback from the community. Because once again, let me repeat, this is not the final and only opportunity that you will have to provide feedback to the PACT program. There are many specific strategies to take the draft facility master plan on the road. Sometimes during the coming 2011 and 2012 school year, to seek additional community feedback and input before the board takes actions regarding the facility master plan. Now, If you notice when you came in, this is the night of celebration. Let's say that again. This is the night of celebration. All right. And to acknowledge our celebration, if you notice on the table in the rear, there is a cake that says PAC, that has our logo on there, but there's also cupcakes that instead of eating up and cutting up the little cake that we have cupcakes for you tonight. So anyone who can't take a high sugar intake, pass it off to someone else. Tonight we'll let you have permission to go over your diet or to add to your calorie intake, but there are cupcakes back there, and once we begin our process where you have an opportunity to work in your group at the table, please excuse yourself back, pick yourself up a cupcake or two and come back to your table, and hopefully that will help your project and the work that you have to do go down a little easier. Something sweet always makes it nice, all right? Okay. So one of the things that we want to do, and as before we have Sam come forward, let me remind you that our PAC logo tag, we are planning a course together. That is what PAC stands for. We have come a long way toward our goal, but yet we still have a long way to go. There have been many, many hours of work that have gone into the project. There have been hundreds of people participated in the PAC process. We have held over 50 building level meetings. We have conducted community-wide surveys. We have extensive coverage in the media. We have utilized the PAC website, flyers, news release, postcards, phone calls, and many other ways to invite and encourage and beg the community to participate in the process. For those who are here, how many people went on a number of the building observations? Raise your hand if you went. There you go. Wasn't it an eye-opening experience to go through the buildings? Many times you just drive by, and of course our maintenance group, they do a fantastic job keeping the lawns and the grass looking nice. But after you go inside, you know, it's kind of like our health, isn't it? We all look good on the outside, but when the doctor gets through with us, we find out there's some things we have to do. That's what we found out in our buildings. And so through the work of Unicom and Sam, we're going to find out some other things that will take place in our building. What we will bring to the Board of Education may not be perfect, but it is a tremendous beginning, and I would hope that tonight you will be able to celebrate the progress we have made on this journey. Once again, you know the routine. You have a recorder. Make sure that everyone who's at your table is registered with their name, number, address, so we may be able to contact you and go through the process. Also, a reminder, anytime you want to go back through any of the presentations that we've had, all you have to do is go to our PAC for stjosephschooldistrict.com, and you can go back and review all that information that has been stored on the district website homepage. So you can do that. Now, without further ado, we want to bring to you Mr. Sam Johnson from BLDD Architects, who's going to share with us those findings and not make recommendations, but will show us the facility master plan. We hope you enjoy his presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Good evening. I notice there's quite an echo in here. I hope that you'll be able to understand, and I'll try and enunciate as clearly as I can. Can I see with a show of hands how many people are here for the first time? Fantastic. That will allow us, we will do a very brief recap to get us up to speed with the work that we've done over the past meetings and the work that we're going to do tonight. We always start with an agenda of the things that we'll review. Looking at the work to date, as we've mentioned in the past, this is a process of analysis and synthesis. It's a master planning process. We've done the analysis. We are in the development of master planning scenarios stages. It's the invention stage. So we're going to talk about the criteria that we use to evaluate the various scenarios. We're going to review the two scenarios that were presented at CES 11. We're going to talk about the revisions that we have made as a result of the input from you folks. That includes thoughts on